Okay, so today I'm gonna make this French recipe. It's a pâté with liver and pork meat, right? So it's a recipe we had in the family for a while. It's my mother's recipe. Thank you, Mama. And I'm gonna do it now and show you how it works. Okay, let's start with the pork meat. This is 300 grams of sausage meat, which basically is a mix of pork meat and fat of pork, ground down and mixed together. Okay, sausage meat, here we go, 600 grams. So it's more than a pound, it's more than a pound. A pound would be 450 grams, something like this. So add up 200 grams. Okay, it's a pound and a third of a pound on top of it. Oh man, it's complicated. Okay, so next ingredient is the liver. So either you use chicken liver or you use whatever liver you want to use. Here I use cow liver because we had a big chunk of cow liver, so I took a little bit of the liver we had, beef liver, okay? And then whatever liver you use, you're gonna use half of the amount of sausage meat. So we have 600 grams here, so you're gonna use 300 grams of liver, okay? 300 grams of liver. Then you take your liver, you cut it in very small chunks, and you mix your chunks of liver with basically whatever you want. It's your taste, up to your taste. So you mix your liver with whatever you want. But at the end, when you have mixed the liver with whatever you want, you add cognac for a marinade. And then you will marinate this mix for at least 24 hours in the fridge, covered. You cover it with like some plastic foil. You put it in the freezer, the fridge, and then you leave it in the fridge for 24 hours, a little bit more, okay? So we've had that in the fridge for, let's say, 30 hours. And so now I'm gonna show you how to proceed with the rest, okay? I can tell you what I put in my marinade. Maybe you might find it interesting, okay? I added garlic, onion, fresh rosemary, thyme, and bay leaves. The cognac, you mix it all, and then you let it to rest in the fridge. Okay. So now I'm gonna have to mix the sausage meat and my mix of liver. Okay. So of course, when you do that, you wash your hands. What you can do is take out the bay leaves and the herbs, and you will use them for decoration later. So here, sage, and this is rosemary. Okay, I keep it aside. I think we have another piece of, no, that's fine. Okay, so now I mix everything. Once again, I'm repeating myself, but you need to wash your hands and have clean hands when you do this kind of food. I guess it's obvious, but it's important to repeat it. Mr. Obvious here. Bay leaf, okay. So then you're gonna add a tablespoon of flour. Here we go. Mix it again. So if you want your mix, your pâté to be totally keto, you replace the flour by flaxseed flour. Okay. The taste will be a little bit different, but not that much. Flour. And now the last ingredient is an egg. So I have an egg, and you beat it. Okay. Like this. Okay, ready? Mix it again. Once again, my hands are clean. I wash my hands all the time. I know a lot of people put gloves on. Well, I mean, I don't. Okay? So we have our mix of meat. So as a reminder, we have the ground pork meat. We have the marinade of liver. We have a tablespoon of flour. You can replace the flour by flaxseed flour, and we have a beaten egg. Okay, this is your pâté. Now, once this mix is done, I will stuff this in my terrine here. This dish here is called une terrine. And you use this terrine, this dish, to make your terrine, which is a dish as well. Un pâté. French word of the day.
What is the French word of the day?
Okay, the French word of the day is terrine for pâté dish. With the lid. I'll show you how to I don't know. I'll show you.
Seal it,
Yeah, I'll show you how to seal it. Can you edit this?
of course.
Okay. Okay, so once the mix is done, I will stick my mix in the terrine. This. So you make it flat. This. And you will use the herbs I picked up earlier to do the decoration on top of it, like this. Okay. It's really because it's pretty. You know, you don't have to use it, but it's gonna cook gently and it's gonna be pretty, like this. So you want to cook that. You want to cook this very, very slowly, low temperature, and kind of long-term cooking. You know, so we're gonna start cooking this at 175 degrees Celsius for, let's say, an hour, and then we're gonna take down the temperature to 150 for an extra hour. And once this is done, it stays in the oven to cool down. Okay, don't take it out because it's gonna explode. No. It's a stupid joke. You need to wait for this dish to cool down in your oven, so it's basically ready. So what time is it now? It's 3 p.m. Well, we might almost be able to have some of this later tonight, but it is gonna be better tomorrow. I mean, you know, you can always wait up until it's totally cooled, and then you put it in the fridge, and then you eat that the next day. And you're gonna see once it's cooked down, it's cooled down, it's gonna be very easy to cut in slices. You know, like a piece of pâté, whatever. A piece of good pâté, piece of good, delicious, tasty. How do you call that? How do you say that? Drooling. Mouth watering, lip smacking good food. There's a lot of editing here. Okay, so now that the pâté is in the terrine, I need to close it, to seal it. So what I'm doing is taking the lid, putting on top of it like this, and then I'm gonna make a little mix of flour and water. Let me show you, it's easier to show. So here we go. It needs to be kind of thick, not liquid, you know. It needs to be, yeah. It needs to be like plaster a little bit. See, that should be okay. See? Okay, let me show you. So you take a little bit and you put it and you seal your dish like this. As a matter of fact, we'll see. Yeah. I mean, you see what I mean, right? Maybe. Voilà. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I have a nice seal. And now my dish is locked, is sealed, except this little hole here. See? This is where the air, this is where the dish is gonna breathe. Okay. Well, we're pretty much ready now. So next step is cooking. So what you need to do first is preheat your oven. As I told you a little bit earlier, it's 175 degrees Celsius for a start, which I don't know how much it is in Fahrenheit, but I mean, we will find out and we will write it down on the video, so you will have the written information on the video. So I'm turning on the oven right now. Okay. 60, 70, okay, 75. Okay. We need to wait like 5 minutes. Once the oven is hot, putting this on, and that's it. Bye bye.
Many hours later.
That's the day of revelation. So yesterday we cooked this little wonder for a couple of hours, low temperature. It's kind of 2 hours is kind of long. That was low temperature, 175 for 1 hour. That's 350, I think, Fahrenheit. And then another hour, 150 Celsius, which is 300 Fahrenheit. And then we let it cool in the oven for a couple of extra hours. So before we went to bed, I put this in the fridge. You don't have to leave it all night long in the oven, right? So remember, I sealed it with a mix of flour and water. So let's dig it up. Be careful, don't hurt yourself. This kind of can be hard. So it's gonna be you're gonna discover it just like we do right now. In French, quelque chose en français? Which is absolutely grotesque. Quelque chose en français. Donc je vais ouvrir ma terrine et vous allez avoir l'honneur de découvrir le contenu en même temps que nous, puisqu'il vient de sortir du frigo et il était encore scellé. Il était encore scellé. Ok. It's always a little bit hard to open. Here we go. Ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? So don't worry about the chips of flour. Doesn't matter really. Look at this. And you don't have the smell. I can tell you this smells good. Smells good. You know what? We're gonna have a taste of that. So I'm gonna cut a slice. Let's do it. Here we go. Sorry. Nice. Nice. Okay. Let's have a taste. You have you really have the taste of the meat and the taste of the marinade, and delicious. It's fantastic. It's great. And now we're so hungry. We're gonna eat some of this right now. Oh man. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you will enjoy doing this and tasting it. It's delicious. And then in that case, I'll see you very soon in a new video of food. Merci, au revoir et à bientôt.